Even though war is terrible, some of the bravest and most well-known war animals on the planet don't run away. Many creatures from pigs to ducks have participated in battle alongside human soldiers. So here is a list of a few animal war heroes that you should know. Starting from Old Abe. Company C of the 8th Regiment Wisconsin Volunteers was Old Abe's unit during the Civil War. The Abe Lincoln-inspired company took part in recruitment drives, marches, and parades while perched atop shields. A fundraiser himself, Abe, for the purpose of raising money for soldier relief, countless photographs of Abe were taken and sold. Old Abe experienced the fighting, flying, and screeching at the adversaries during the Civil War. The Yankee Buzzard evaded the enemy's attempts to stop it. In September 1864, he announced his retirement, and Wisconsin received his gift. Abe was caged by the government and displayed in the state's capital. Abe passed away from smoke inhalation in 1881 when the state capitol caught fire. Stuffed, Old Abe returned to a public display, but this time the bird was destroyed by a second fire. What is regarded as one of the most famous war animals from the Civil War was memorialized by the state by building a replica of it. Rip. The Second World War saw the use of Rip, a mixed-breed terrier, in combat. The dog received the Dickin Medal in 1945 for bravery. He is credited with saving more than 100 lives and was the first search and rescue dog for the Air Raid Patrol. Popular air raid precautions during World War II took in a stray dog they named Rip. Rip discovered survivors, both people and animals, who had been buried following air raids during the Blitz, a devastating 8-month bombing campaign Nazi Germany launched against the United Kingdom during the war. The animal is known to have saved more than 100 bomb survivors. Rip himself had survived a bombing before entering the service. The wiry-haired dog was referred to as a mutt by his rescuer, an air raid warden. Rip received a coveted Dickin Medal for gallantry for himself. For the rest of his life, Rip wore the medal around his collar. 60 years later, after his passing, the medal was auctioned off for an astounding $35,700. Judy. Judy was an English pointer. She was an adopted purebred of the Royal Navy. World War II saw the torpedoing of the HMS Grasshopper, on which Judy was traveling. The team was captured along with their mascot. Their incarceration was done by the Japanese. Frank Williams, a member of the aircraft crew, took care of Judy throughout the ordeal. Williams fed Judy his rations the entire time they were incarcerated. By somehow registering the dog as a recognized prisoner of war, he pretty much saved her life. Judy's natural behavior at the camp was to bark and growl in order to frighten off guards who were beating up Americans. In addition, she sneaked away to bring food to POWs who were starving. Judy was awarded the Dickin Medal after being set free in 1945 for her outstanding bravery and endurance in Japanese prison camps, which contributed to the morale of her fellow prisoners and also for saving many lives through her intelligence and watchfulness. Wojtek. The 22nd Transport Artillery Supply Command of the Polish 2nd Corps had Wojtek as its mascot. He was a brown bear from Syria. Wojtek was taken in by the military as a cub during a trip through Iran, and he later earned the nickname Soldier Bear. The bear gained 250 pounds and reached a height of 6 feet while serving. He was always a gentle giant though, and very at ease around people. Wojtek battling with soldiers was frequently observed. Wojtek, who was given the rank of private, provided ammunition and shells to troops in the front lines. The company's insignia would feature a bear carrying artillery while wearing a military uniform. The unit transported Wojtek to Scotland following the war. The bear lived there until he passed away in 1963 under the care of Edinburgh Zoo. Warrior. Throughout World War I, Captain Jack Seeley sat atop his horse, named Warriors. The two stayed close throughout the war, going to France in 1914 with the British Expeditionary Force and coming home during the chilly winter of 1918. They witnessed the most intense fighting during the conflict as a group. At Mulroy Wood in 1918, Warrior commanded the Canadian Cavalry Brigade in the war's decisive final charge. The number of casualties was 25% of the regiment and 50% of the horses. Warrior somehow managed to escape unharmed. He is referred to as the horse the Germans couldn't kill. In honor of all animals who served, Warrior received a posthumous Dickin Medal a century after World War I. Jet. German Shepherd Jet of Yada, or Jet, served as a search and rescue dog during World War II. During the Nazi air raid bombings, 150 people were saved thanks to Jet and his handler, Corporal Wardle. A woman was once discovered by the dog in the rubble of a demolished London hotel. While rescuers got to work, he stayed with her for a full 12 hours. A group of school children cleaned up Jet's monument in Calderstones Park in 2016 using rubber gloves. Former owner of Jet, Lilius Ward, age 93, joined them. Jet used to stroll in the park with his owner. Jet received the Dickin Medal in January 1945. He also received the Medal of Valor from the Royal Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals. Sergeant Bill. During World War I, Canadian soldiers disobeyed protocol and smuggled their mascot from Saskatchewan into France. Sergeant Bill participated in combat, experiencing trench foot, shell shock, and shrapnel injuries. One time, the goat with the military rank went missing, and the next time the goat got itself arrested for consuming military hardware. Nevertheless, he valiantly saved 3 lives by ramming them into a trench before a shell detonated. Along with his military rank, Sergeant Bill received the General Service Medal, the Victory Medal, and the 1914 Star. Sergeant Bill retired and returned to Saskatchewan. Sergeant Bill was mounted after he passed away and is now on display at the Broadview Museum. Gustav. Gustav served in the Royal Air Force as a messenger pigeon. He was one of the 6 birds who provided information to Montague Taylor, a Reuters correspondent, during World War II. Gustav returned with the first reports of Normandy and the famous D-Day landings in June 1944. In just over 5 hours, he had flown more than 150 miles. It was a journey from the northern coast of France to his loft outside of Portsmouth. He conveyed a message that is now a part of history. The Dickin Medal was awarded to Gustav in September 1944. And last but not least, Tirpitz. On the SMS Dresden, Tirpitz, a pig, served as the ship's mascot. The mascot was left on the German cruiser that was sinking during World War I. She miraculously escaped what would have been a wartime death. When the rest of the crew left the ship, she stayed behind to cheers from the crowd. The crew of the HMS Glasgow, a nearby ship, saw the Tirpitz sputtering. A seaman dove in to save the pig. Tirpitz received a phony Iron Cross, an outstanding German military decoration. So that's the end of the video. Make sure to like the video, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and press the notification bell so you never miss out on our next videos. Until the next video, take care.